AI could damn near do everything with sales now. Everything except take the call itself, thank God, which is the part where you get a stranger to trust you enough to actually buy. And that's the part that makes all the money. So while everybody is panicking that AI is taking over sales, the opposite is actually happening. Beginners who are using AI are getting better at closing faster than 10-year sales veterans that have been in the space forever, and those vets cannot figure out how. So there are 4 things that you could utilize AI for today on your sales role, and there's a few things that it still can't touch. And what I've noticed is that most people have it backwards. If you don't know who I am, my name is Alex Beck, and I have been in remote high-ticket sales for the past 6 years. I got my start closing for Alex Ramosi at Gym Launch, also closed for Iman and some couple other notable names as well. I've done a little bit over $10 million cash collected as a high ticket sales rep, but what I am most proud of is helping hundreds of people make 10, 20, or even $52,000 months with high ticket sales. So let me show you the 4 things that have changed that you could use AI for on your sales role, plus the part that still makes all the money. You're not late, you're early. Let's get to the good stuff. Number 1, let's start with the foundation. This is the one tool that I'd recommend to everybody to start using immediately. And reason being, it's no secret if you want to get good at something, you need live reps, right? But the problem with sales is that in order to get live reps, you need real leads. And if you're trying to practice a new script, a new framework, a new objection handling technique, or just learn to overcome the objection that you continue on getting, the last thing you want to do is burn those practice reps with the real life lead that your company is spending marketing money on. And on top of that, where you have money and commission on the line. And that's where these AI roleplay tools come into play. They're super cool to use, and you could actually just prompt it very similar to ChatGPT and say, hey, play a level 10 difficulty prospect and give me XYZ objection. That way I could practice, my objection handling techniques to get you across the line. And there's a lot of them out there, but I'm actually gonna include a form for you to fill out in the description. This is gonna be free. I have an AI roleplay tool that I'm having a developer create currently. The first 100 people that sign up, I'll get you in for free. Reason why I'm only doing 100 people is because it does cost me money, right? I gotta pay by the minute for every conversation that you have. So first 100 people, jump in, I'll get you in for free, and you could start using our AI roleplay tool to start practicing mock calls or any new scripts, frameworks, or even objection handling techniques with that tool. I'm gonna practice a call with Dana Whitfield. Now, as you can see, Dana has a lot of notes on them that we could read ahead of practicing this mock call, just like a real life sales situation, right? As a closer, if you have a call booked in, 99% of the time you could jump into your CRM, right? Your customer database, and then there will be notes on the prospect that you're about to speak with. So as you can see with Dana booked a call about growth. This is a B2B offer, right? They're doing 40K a month with their business, but relying only on referrals with inconsistent lead flow. They've lost money before with another agency in the past who ghosted them, and he wants a predictable way to book calls, but is very hesitant. Now let's check this out, because I purposely built this prospect to be a bit of a type A individual and an asshole, and so we'll see how it goes.
Hey, Dana here. Go ahead.
Dana, what is going on? Very nice to meet you, man. Where are you calling from?
I'm up in the Northeast running a home services company, but hey, I've got about 30 minutes, so let's make it count. What have you got for me?
Okay, straight to the point. I like it. Really quick, man, I'm sure you saw this meeting was actually booked for 45 minutes. Is that a good time for you? Because I don't want to cut anything short here.
Yeah, 45 works. I just don't like wasting time. So as long as we're talking about something real, we're good.
Okay then. Let me know. You're the one who booked the call with me, right? So, what was your motivation with booking the call here?
Yeah, I booked it because my leads are all over the place. Some months are great, some are slow, and I can't predict it. It's all referrals right now, and I'd like to have something more consistent coming in, but I've been down this road before, and it didn't go well.
Okay, that makes sense. We'll touch on that right now, man. But yeah, that makes sense. Listen, most people that come in here are similar positions as you, all relying on referrals, and it looks like you're finding out the hard way, which is that referral-based leads are extremely inconsistent. So let me know, what's the biggest problem you've been facing when it comes to finding a different system for you to generate leads for yourself?
Honestly, the biggest problem is I tried the agency route once before, and it was a disaster. Paid good money, they ran some ads, and then basically went dark on me. So now I'm skeptical of the whole thing. I don't know who to trust or what actually works.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound like a very good situation, quite frankly. I mean, what else have you tried aside from paying that agency?
Honestly, not much else on the paid side. I've done some stuff on Google, like a Google business profile, and we get some reviews. Word of mouth has been the main thing. Like I just haven't pulled the trigger on anything else because of how that agency situation went.
Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely want to dive into that right now and get some more context, but more so out of curiosity, Dana, especially because it sounds like you've been kind of burnt in the past by another company. What had you so interested in booking a call with our team?
Something caught my eye about how you guys actually handle the whole thing end to end, like not just throwing ads up and hoping for the best. I figured I'd at least hear you out, but I'll be honest, I'm going in with my guard up.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. Well, listen, Dana, why don't you give me a breakdown of that, right? You mentioned that you've worked with the agency in the past and it didn't go well. Do you mind adding on more context for me?
Yeah. So basically, I paid them a setup fee. They built out some ads. It looked decent at first. Got a few leads, but nothing that converted. And then after like the second month, they just stopped responding. Emails, calls, nothing. I was just sending money into a black hole, basically. Ended up having to cancel and eat the cost. It left a bad taste.
Boom. And I ended it there. So there is a live breakdown of our roleplay tool. And honestly, it works pretty damn well, as you can see. I understand that the voice, you could tell it's AI, right? But the answers that they're giving is extremely realistic. I mean, I've done lead gen offers before. That's your on par type of avatar that you're dealing with on a daily basis. And so hopefully you found this helpful for you. And again, if this is something that you want access to, first 100 people applying that type form, I'll get you in and get you free access. Setting it up is super simple, whether it's the one I have, or I know there's a couple other companies that do it as well. You literally just feed it your client avatar, you feed it your offer, and then tell it the exact objection that it wanted to give you. And next thing you know, you could have a 30, 45-minute conversation practicing your entire sales call from A through Z, or even handling objections. So run it out loud like if it's a real sales call. And remember every AI objection handling tool that I've seen, including mine, there is a level of difficulty that you could set it at. The higher the level you place it at, the easier your sales calls are gonna become, obviously. By the time you get on a call, you have heard the objection so many times that you know exactly what to say, right? Bruce Lee has a famous quote, hopefully I don't botch it, that I fear the man who's practiced one kick 1,000 times over the man that's practiced 1,000 kicks one time. And I actually got this question on a call the other day from a in-person sales rep who kept saying like, Alex, how do I get past these nervous jitters that I have whenever I have a sales related conversation? Because whenever someone brings up an objection, I get super, super nervous. And my answer was pretty simple. I just said, hey, it's because you don't know what to say. If you knew exactly what to say, every time that objection came up, you'd say it like second nature. And that is the beauty of using these AI roleplay tools. And so if you want to use mine, again, click the link in the description, fill out the form, I'll send you an invite and you could jump in there for free and start role-playing with my tool. Role-playing with my tool, that sounds crazy, by the way. But hey, getting practice reps, that's only the start. After that, it's about utilizing AI to actually review the calls that you're taking, which I'll cover now. Now, the way that you get really, really good at sales and what really sped up my process was by getting consistent call reviews. Now, I was lucky enough when I was on Gym Launch to have someone like Sean Baccaccini, who is our sales director. He's also a sales coach now inside of my group, Learn Sales Group. He was consistently giving me call reviews about 2 or 3 times a week. And that's when I really started seeing huge jumps in my progress. Now, not everybody has that liberty, or I know vividly when I was on different sales roles, when I'd ask for a call review, I'd only get one about once a week. And I could say for a fact that getting good call reviews from a salesperson who could pick apart, my sales calls and what I could have said differently, how I could have handled an objection differently, that was the big thing that gave me leaps in my commission. It brought me from making like 20K a month at a 30% close rate to making $50,000, $55,000 months at a 45, 50% close rate. The thing is, if you don't have somebody sitting there ripping your calls apart and telling you what you're doing wrong, you're just gonna stay stuck and keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And the thing is, if you review your own calls, sometimes you can point out the mistake, but you don't know what you don't know. And if you knew what mistake you made, you wouldn't have made it in the first place. And AI literally fixed that. I mean, you could feed an AI tool your entire transcript from your sales call, and it will tear it apart for you. It'll tell you what fell apart, what went wrong, what objection you fumbled, and how you could have handled it differently. Now, what I like to use for this is Claude as of right now, right? And so I'll use Claude and I'll feed it typically about 5 to 10 sales calls of deals that I've closed. And then I'll also feed it the transcript to my actual sales script. Lastly, I'll give it my offer description and the typical client avatars that I deal with. And then after that is when I'll start pumping in my sales call transcripts of calls that I want Claude to review. And you'll be surprised how great of feedback that it gives you. All right, so we are logged in. The first thing I'm gonna do here is have it grade an actual sales call. Now this is super cool because you could get immediate feedback right after you take a sales call. So let's grab a call. First thing I need to do is go ahead and copy a transcript. This is one of our sales reps, Mark here. I'm gonna post it inside of here and then go ahead and press. All right, I press grade call and now it'll take usually about 60 seconds to get the full review here. Boom, so just after about 60 seconds, we got the full review here and the call, Mark has some work, let's put it that way, right? I mean, he did give me a heads up that this could have been a better call and I actually reviewed it for him already. So some of the feedback that I had live on a review was discovery was a little bit lackluster. We need to dive a lot deeper, right? More specifically, diving into the problem more. What some other points of feedback I have was asking more tie down questions before we get to the pitch. And the last 2 points of feedback was the pitch was too feature based, right? We need to tie each feature to how it's gonna solve a specific problem that the prospect mentioned to you earlier on in the call. And last piece is objection handling. We let the girl go way too fast, right? On his sales call in specific. So as you can see, not only did it give him a full review and scored his sales call, but it also grades each section of the sales call and then gives you action items and what you could do to actually improve on your next call. And so if you pause this video, you could go ahead and read through some of the improvements. It's actually really attainable and easy to implement things that it's giving him. And again, the beauty of this is being able to put yourself on a quicker feedback loop and make changes quicker on your sales calls, right? Because I'm sure you could imagine if you're only getting a review once a week, once every 2 weeks, if you're doing something incorrectly, you are expending a lot of time, a lot of energy, and wasting leads and potential money that you could be losing by making improvements quicker. That is it. That is the main feature I'm gonna show you for now. Back to the video. So now with using that, you basically have a sales manager sitting on your laptop on a daily basis that could review your calls for free. Do it for a couple weeks and you'll start hearing where your calls fall apart. And once you do that, it's really easy to implement fixes. So this is all great, right? The first 2 tools, one of them is gonna prep you before your calls. The second tool is gonna review the calls that you don't close. But what about the leads that you miss, right? A deal that doesn't close, how could we use AI to get them back on a call, follow up with them, and get the deal closed? Because in my opinion, that is the smartest way to use AI in this entire thing. Listen, it is no secret that as a top performing salesperson, and you could vouch for me watching this, I mean, sometimes you have 7 to 10 calls booked per day. That is 7 to 10 hours of conversations that you're having on a daily basis. On top of that, you got calls from yesterday that weren't closed that you need to follow up with. I know for myself, there were some weeks where I was so busy taking live calls then I would just completely forget and not follow up with any of the leads that I didn't close from the days before. But this is where AI gets crazy good. You know, every salesperson knows this, that most of your money isn't from the deals that you close on a live call. It's from working your pipeline of old leads and old conversations that you've had over the past year. The average closer gets on a call, doesn't close the deal, they become lazy, maybe send one follow-up text and get no response, and the lead goes to waste. You know, think about your funnel for a second. So as a salesperson, your top of the funnel is somebody setting or booking a call with you. Your middle of the funnel is you actually taking the live call and hopefully closing the deal. Now, AI barely touches any of those two sections of your funnel, and it shouldn't. The one spot where it's a flat out cheat code is your bottom of the funnel after leads get off the call and they don't buy from you. I mean, this is super cool. You could use AI to create personalized follow-up messages that you could send out over text and email over a 45-day span after you have a conversation with the lead. And the beauty of this is it's none of that generic, just checking in stuff that you'd probably send with the minimal time that you have of your day to send a follow-up message. Now, the best way I like to do this, whenever I take a sales call, I always record the call using Fathom, right? The reason why I use Fathom.ai, it's free to sign up. I mean, not only does it record the call, it gives you the transcript, plus it gives you AI notes on the conversation. Now, all I do if I want, let's say I take the call and I don't close the deal, which is going to happen. By the way, my biggest months with sales, I closed at, a little under 50%, meaning when I made $52,000 or whatever it is in a month, half of the calls that I spoke with literally told me no. All those people were potential money that I was still leaving on the table that I could have followed up with to get that deal across the line. All you need to do is use something like Claude, take your Fathom recorder, the recording of the meeting of your sales call, plug that stuff into Claude, not only the call recording, but the AI notes that it gave you and also the transcript, and tell Claude, hey, could you write me a 45-day personalized follow-up sequence for this lead using the information, their goals, and their problems from the call transcript that I just gave you. And from there, you just let it do its thing. Let it handle the personalization that no human could ever do for 50 leads that did not close in the past month. But remember, AI is not doing the selling for you here, you are. The key that people misses is that even if you're using AI, you gotta keep an eye out on your inbox and your emails for responses from these leads. That way, once you get a response, you could dial them real quick, get them booked to another Zoom call, and get that deal across the line. So again, it's still your job to get the deal closed, but what you could use AI for is for personalized follow-up to get those dead old leads that did not close to book a call again back on your calendar. Now, really quick, if you are watching this and you are looking for help to break in or to scale your commission with high ticket sales and you want more direct help, that's exactly what my sales community is for. I have a link in the description that you could check out. If you have questions, let me know, post them in the comments, or just book a call and you could get all questions covered. But let's get to the last use case for AI for sales, because this is the one that's gonna be a complete game changer for you. Now, this one matters if you do not have a sales job, because this is gonna help speed up the process with landing a good high ticket sales role. I have helped, I'm not kidding, nearly probably over 1,000 people land a role with high ticket sales. And when I first started this years ago, we did things the hard way, to be honest, especially as I was rebuilding connections in the space, doing things like contacting people on LinkedIn, sending DMs, sending emails, and God, does that stuff not work anymore. The problem with that is that's what everybody is doing. So you end up just being another, fish in the sea, so to speak. In sales, we've got a saying, okay? It's called volume negates luck. I would rather reach out to 100 companies and send them some type of personalized message or personalized video rather than just doing one company, because obviously it increases your chances to find a role that you actually feel aligned with. But the problem is, I'm sure you could imagine if you try and film a personalized Loom video or any personalized video that you're sending to companies and you got 100 of them to do, God, will that eat a month of your life. So what you do is you grab 50 plus companies, right? And I'm gonna tag a link, another link that actually talks about how to land a sales role, but you grab 50 plus companies that are needing closers, you get the emails for the sales managers or the offer owners on their team, and you send a personalized video to all of them. But here's the trick, AI will take one of your videos and turn it into 50 videos while substituting the name of the company that you used in the first video uniquely for all 50 different companies. Okay, I am gonna explain how to use all these AI tools that you've been hearing me rant about, right? It's one thing to tell you, it's another thing to show you. If you lock in and use these things, everything is gonna give you a free trial for 30 days. I guarantee you, at the end of those 30 days, you will lock in a ton of interviews and potentially land a role as long as you don't talk yourself out of it on an interview, right? So I'm gonna walk through. As you can see on the screen, I have all my tools open in separate tabs. I have my Facebook ad library here. Next, I have my Google spreadsheet to keep track of all my stuff, super important. And then I have Snove.io. Snove is what's gonna allow me to extract the emails for the people who own each website, right? So for example, if I'm on acquisition.com and I use Snove.io, Alex Hermosi's email is going to pop up, Layla's email, maybe their sales director as well. It's super cool. I'm going to show you how to use it. Use it for good, not for evil. Instantly will be my email blasting software that I'm going to use to set up a 14-day follow-up sequence, right? So I just press one button, all the emails blast along with the follow-up emails over 14 days. Lastly, last two, Claude, that's going to write those emails for me. And I got Loom. Loom is going to allow me to record one video. Hey, what's up? My name is Alex. Super excited to meet you. I've closed X amount of deals, worked for Hormozi and Iman, right? And it's gonna turn it into 50 separate, customized videos or however many you want it to turn into. And I'll show you how to use all of these. So I will say, number one, two things. I have two videos. I'm gonna tag both of them in the description. One of them is called The New Way to Land a Sales Role in 2026, where I deep dive into this exact strategy, right? It's a longer video. I'm gonna walk through it pretty quickly. Number two are the best niches to sell in 2026. So I break down, I think it was 6 niches, and I'm only gonna focus on 3 of them right now, but that is what I'm searching in my Facebook ad library. One of the best niches, in my opinion, because I've sold on real estate offers. I know a lot of people that do. I have a lot of sales reps that we've trained that's selling real estate, making good money, right, is real estate investing. So that was the first thing that I searched here. The second thing I'm gonna search is content agency, because every business owner wants to post content. And so any business that's offering B2B content services is doing really, really well right now. And then on top of that, you're selling something really expensive. Usually it's at least 10 to 15K, if not a lot more. The third niche I'm gonna search is tax strategy, right? So on the Facebook ad library, it's really as simple as searching like, okay, what niche do I want to sell in? Real estate investing. Boom. I searched it. Here is all the people that are running ads right now that have potentially some type of high ticket offer that you could blast these customized videos to, and you will get responses because nobody else is doing this, at least for the next month. If this video blows up, a lot more people may be doing it. Who knows? So I'm looking at an ad here, and one that stands out to me is this Amanda Hahn CPA. Right? So if we look at the description here, essentially what she's doing is targeting high income earners and saying, hey, you make a lot of money and you pay a lot in taxes. I could help you almost pay nothing in taxes by investing in real estate. This is a great, super unique offer to sell for. One of the people in my group, his name is Jay Lefebvre. You've heard me talk about him a couple times if you've seen videos on this channel. He's actually the highest earner we've had inside our group transparently. He just did 100K month a couple months ago. Before that, his biggest month was like 52K in commission. I'm gonna show the proof of the 52K. I'll ask him for a screenshot of the 100K too, so it could pop up on the screen. But let's click on this. He is selling the exact same offer, right? It's by a different person, but they're doing the same thing. I think it's a $20,000 offer. They target high income earners. Hey, I'll help you save taxes by buying real estate properties, and it will guide you through the whole process. So all I need to do is click on this ad here. It says view Instagram, so we'll click on that. Okay, here's her Instagram. Looks like she has a link to her website. I'm gonna press work with us. This is most likely her high ticket offer. As you can see, her website says, fill out the short questionnaire, schedule a one-on-one consultation with our team, AKA a sales call, right? And then see how we could help you save on taxes. So now this is where Snove.io comes into play. I'm gonna click on my extensions on Google Chrome, because that's what Snove.io is. And I'll go ahead and click on Snove.io now. Boom, here are all the emails of people who are high up in our company that pop up directly on this website. And so literally all I could do is start copying and pasting these emails. So let me open up my Google Sheet. Let's just start pasting some emails here, and I'll mess with the rest later. Cool. So I went ahead and copied all the emails that popped up for Snove.io for their website. And Ahan that you're looking at here, this is actually the offer owner. So I'm sure you noticed that as well. But look, we have the direct offer owner's email that we could send a customized video to. Something that's super unique that they're probably not receiving from other people that'll help us land an interview for the role. Next, I'm gonna do the simple stuff just so I can stay organized. I'm gonna copy and paste their website and the rest of this information here. Boom. Now that, let's see, real estate tax strategy offer is done. I'm gonna do just one more just to show you again. The next thing that I searched up is a content agency, and pretty much immediately I found a good ad here at the very top. Are you ready to build the next great direct-to-consumer brand? They have a 12-month brand accelerator, meaning, hey, you could pay us and over the next 12 months, I'm gonna help you post more content, grow your brand so you could sell more into your business. This is probably a pretty expensive offer. If I were to guess, let's press contact us and check it out, how to build a scalable brand. Yes, I want my free brand accelerator consultation, AKA a sales call. So let's use Snove.io again and see what comes up. And there we have it. We have a ton of people, not only the co-owner, the creative director, a bunch of people that we could blast these emails out to. And I would send those emails to all of these different people. And using Loom, it'll be customized for all of them and say their first name in the Loom video. It's pretty crazy. So let's record or copy these emails and paste them into our sheet. Cool, so my spreadsheet is done for the sake of this example, right? But if I were looking for a sales role, I'd probably fill this up with potentially 50 to 100 companies, along with emails that I could blast out my customized Loom video using instantly, right? Because the more volume you do, the more interviews you take, the better chances you have of being able to come from abundance and pick a sales role that you are aligned with, right? That way you don't need to come from a place of scarcity and say, hey, let me just accept this one offer because that's all I got. I would rather put myself in a position to where I've done 20 interviews, and let's say on the low end, I got 5 job offers, right? And then I get to pick the best one out of the 5 that I received. Next thing we're gonna do is create our customized Loom video here on Loom. And all you need to do is create one video using this exact script that you'll hear me say here.
Hey, what is going on, team? My name is Alex Beck. I saw an advertisement that your company was running on Facebook ads, and I wanted to let you know that I am super interested in possibly working for you guys as a remote closer. I have a ton of experience in the space, and I would be a huge asset to your company. Now, a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Alex Beck. I am based out of Los Angeles, California. I have about 5 years of remote closing experience. I've collected over $10 million in sales for various companies like Alex Ramosi, Iman Ghazi, along with quite a few other names. I know if you gave me the shot and brought me in to an interview, I would be a huge asset to you and your company. Like I said, I saw your website, I saw your Facebook ad. I felt really aligned with what you guys were doing. So I am looking forward to possibly speaking here and potentially joining your company.
Boom, that was it. That was the video. So next thing I'm gonna do is go inside of Loom. This is a free trial. My battery's dying here, so we gotta get this done. So we just click on audio variable, right? Again, this is the AI feature on Loom. It does cost like 20 bucks a month, but there is a free trial that you could use, meaning, hey, if you just lock in for the next 14, 30 days, whatever the trial is, you could utilize it and blast out a ton of videos. So next thing I'm gonna do is create an audio variable. Here it is. I'm gonna select the word that I want to substitute for different variables, right? And so for me, it's team. What I said at the beginning is, hey, what's going on, team? And so now that I highlighted this, I'm gonna choose it as a name, and then all I need to do is type everybody's first name with a comma, right? And it'll substitute and create as many videos as I put names for. So if I go back to my sheet, I have a bunch of first names, Ahan, Coverton, Jill, Ashley, right? So I'm just gonna put Ashley, Jill, comma, Coverton, comma, and Ahan, comma. Next, I will press add, and it's gonna create those 4 names into 4 separate Loom videos. All right, so boom, as you can see, it just stemmed off and created my original video into multiple other videos where it substituted the word team for the person's first name that I'll be emailing. So let's check one of them out just so you could see how it looks. And listen, it's not foolproof. Obviously, AI is getting better and better over time, but it works really well, and it's not even noticeable that we use some type of AI tool. Even the mouth damn near matches me saying the name. So let's look at it.
Hey, what is going on, Ahan, my name is Alex Beck. I saw an advertisement. The company was running.
And that was it. It's the same video. The only thing is it substituted team for Ahan. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and copy each video link and post it next to their email here. Boom, now we have my Loom videos posted. Obviously you guys can see for the careers email and the info email, you don't wanna have a video that says, hey, info, nice to meet you, right? And so I'm just gonna share the original video link where I'm just saying team, right? And it's a little bit broader. That still works perfectly fine because the goal is to get somebody and anybody to contact us or to forward our Loom videos to the sales team of that company that will bring us on for an interview. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and open up Instantly. So in Instantly, again, free trial, all you need to do is create a campaign. I already created one titled Sales Role Outreach, right? Next thing I'm gonna do is go into sequences. And that way I could actually create the 14-day email sequence that's gonna send out with one click of a button to as many people as I need it. And I'm gonna use something like Claude that is going to create that 14-day sequence for me. So this is an exact prompt that I used here. Hey Claude, I wanna send an email outreach to potential companies that I'd like to work for as a remote salesperson. I told Claude exactly what I needed. 14-day email outreach. I don't want it to be too pushy. Here's what I want my first email to say. It's gonna have a customized video. And here's a little bit about me. And Claude created a pretty damn good email sequence. The one thing I didn't like transparently about this is the actual subject line. I feel like the subject line could be better, but for the sake of an example, I'm just gonna pick one of them. But the actual emails that are being sent are really, really good. And so all I would do is go back to Instantly, post my subject line, and here's email one, boom, post the email. There you go, make it look nice. And there we go, I copy and pasted the first email. Next, I would also add the remaining emails as well. Again, I won't do that for this specific example. I have another video that goes deeper inside of this. But one thing I will say is make sure you add the correct variables, right? Because you know, this is what's going to put the correct information, the correct name, correct Loom video, and the correct company name for all the emails that you'll be sending. So for example, I just wanted variables here, put first name for this, same thing, company name, and then website here, which will be my actual Loom video link. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and go to leads and upload all the emails and first names, Loom videos, and company names for each person that I'll be blasting this email to. And there we have it. Here is the 6 different emails. Now, one of the things I need to do is click on each name, add variable, and go ahead and add those custom variables. So for example, the company name, right? So for the one I clicked on in specific, Ahan, it is called Keystone CPA, save. Next thing I'll add is the website. If you remember from the email, I said that website variable will be our Loom link. And so if I go ahead and click website, here's the variable. I just need to go back to my sheet for Ahan, copy that Loom video, and boom, go ahead and paste and press save. And so now for each person, as long as I do it for each person, not only do I have the email, I have the company name that'll substitute on each email, and then the customized Loom video that'll also substitute for each person that I send it to. Boom, and as long as I do that for everybody and I go ahead and press resume campaign, that email will automatically blast out to everybody along with my follow-up sequences that are with that. You will be surprised how many responses you get. You may be watching this. I've had so many people do this. You will land a sales role using this method. And this whole thing takes about an hour, right? 50 different videos, sending to 50 different companies, personalized messages that are going to make you stand out compared to the standard person that's just blasting over, you know, some basic resume or a basic outreach message. And by the way, this kind of outreach used to take me weeks and hours of my time. I used to be banging my head into the table. Obviously, AI has changed that. And I do think this beats every other way of getting a sales job out there. AI could do all the stuff that I just walked you through, but I have no problem saying I could get you there faster. I mean, I have a training and placement business where not only could I train you and get you up to speed with sales, but I could get you placed onto an offer and then keep giving you consistent feedback over a year to make sure that your commissions are growing month after month. So if you want to jump in and be like Samuel Yazinski, who is brand new to sales and made over 6 figures, over $100,000 in commission in his first 6 months in sales, Or Tony Skinner, who collected nearly $1 million in cash for the company we helped him land and brought home 10% of that over a 2-month period, which is $96,000 in commission. Click the link below, you send me questions that you have, book a call, right? We're here to help, and I hope that this video helped you. And as always, once you learn to sell, you will never starve. Thanks.